Hey Pisces, thank you so much for joining me today for your March 2016 monthly tarot reading with Blissful Bee. My name is Katie and I am from blissfulbee.net. This will be a general reading for all Pisceans out there. If you are interested in a personal reading or an answer to a more specific question, check out my website. I give information on there on how you can get in contact with me. Also, if you do feel from the bottom of your heart that you are interested in donating to this channel, I would graciously accept anything that you would have to offer. Any funds that are generated from this YouTube channel go back directly into it and making sure that I am able to create better readings, better understanding, higher quality videos for everybody that's watching. Beyond that, I appreciate any kind of support you can give, whether it's subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. I love to hear back from the people that I was able to give readings to. It means a lot to me. So with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to ask the tarot deck to give us guidance today to help our Piscean friends use the month of March to the best extent of their ability and to grow and expand their knowledge of this world and in this lifetime. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay out my deck. Okay, so the first card that we've got for you, Pisces, is the Four of Pentacles. And this typically means that you have built up a savings, you've built up some kind of financial stability, but the problem is that you're afraid to spend it. You're hiding behind it. And it could mean that you're afraid to move on to next steps, maybe because it's taking you so long to build up this money in the first place. But also because maybe somehow you feel threatened that like you need to share your money in some way. What's crossing you is the Ten of Pentacles, which I find interesting. Tens are connected with the Wheel of Fortune, and they are related to the beginning of one cycle and the ending of another. And so the Ten of Pentacles relates to sheer wealth and abundance and sharing it with everyone around you. And so I think what you're feeling is a disconnect between wanting to share what you've built up and not wanting to share it based out of fear of some kind. What is above you is the Six of Swords. And this is the card in which you're actually able to find companionship, but of people that you would not most likely have sought companionship with. You may also be facing a challenge together in a way and going through a struggle together. And the good thing is that you have each other to hold on to each other's backs. And this might be the person that you're concerned sharing that abundance with. Maybe because you haven't trusted them in the past and now all of a sudden you're working together. But I think we'll find out more as the spread goes along and tells us what exactly would be a better decision. In your subconscious, you've got the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven is related to the Chariot in the Major Arcana. And Cups are related to your passions, your hobbies, things that you feel fondly for. And so the Chariot is related to coming together of two opposing forces, which definitely makes sense what's happening right now with this new companionship or this new balance that you found with someone, and working together in order to meet a common goal. It sounds like the next step that's what's going to need to happen is some kind of financial investment. And you may be nervous about this. You may be nervous about feeling like maybe you don't have enough, or maybe also feeling like what you have is what you need in order to be able to continue on your path alone. Recently in your past, though, you have been getting kind of bored. And you've been looking for new things to do. One thing that I would remind you of, though, is that it's important for you to, even though you may be bored with what you currently have, to recognize, or maybe bored with what you don't have, recognize the things that you do. So pay attention to the little things in life and pay attention to the simple things that give you pleasure and joy. There could also be a lot of things that you could be spending your time doing that doesn't involve spending that much money. Depending on what your interests are. I mean, you could read, you could take up dance, you could take up some kind of artistic art form that is a really good self-expression for you Pisceans, that gives you the opportunity to express yourself artistically, but not taking away things that you feel are your foundation or your structure. And what you could end up doing is actually working together with this person that you are not particularly interested in having worked with in the first place. This could be what you end up working together on, is the bringing together of your passions in order to create something beautiful for the both of you to benefit from it. In the future, you will need to do some self-reflection and some more self-discovery. And I think that this needs to happen particularly so that you can learn to trust this person that is in your life that is ending up creating a good relationship with you, but that was unexpected. It's time for you to delve within and analyze what are the things that you're learning from this situation, what can you extract from it, and how can you apply those lessons into your everyday life so that you can expand your knowledge and expand your level of happiness. And that might actually mean sharing a little bit of the wealth. Because by opening up and maybe spending a little bit of what you have saved, you will be opened up to new possibilities that you wouldn't have conceived of happening before. Your friends and family, they are in a very good place to be able to support you in your financial needs. You've got the Seven of Pentacles. They're almost in a state of relaxation because of the amount of wealth that they've accumulated for themselves. So they could also be a good resource to reach out to if you are looking for some kind of financial investment in certain passions of yours that you're looking to pursue. Trust your intuition with this, because Pisceans, you do have a very strong gut feeling. You have a very strong sense of intuition. And when you delve deep and you explore and you meditate on the situation that you have at hand, I think that it will become clear to you that the answer that you're seeking for is to go down this new path, is to explore it, because it will expand your knowledge of your passions and the things that give you pleasure in this life, and it won't end up making you feel like you've been stretched too thin. And that's funny that happened, actually, because your hopes card is exactly that, worrying that you'd be overburdening yourself, that you'd be giving yourself too much to do. And the hope is that you do not get yourself into that situation, that you do reach a point of understanding and a point of enlightenment where you can express yourself in this way, but also feeling like you still have enough time to lead a fulfilling life in other matters. And that's definitely the case for you. Your fears card is the Two of Wands, and this is related to the High Priestess, which is sometimes it's a fork in the road. It's making a decision between two different things. And it also, since if this is a Wands card, it's related to traveling or new ways of thinking or exploring passions. And so what this card is telling me is that you're fearing that you will actually have to make a decision, and one could end up meaning that you stay at home, which is something that is comforting to you, because it is so easy for you to be drained by being around too many people at once because you pick up on their energies. Or this could mean going on a new adventure, exploring new avenues that you haven't yet explored yet, and expanding your knowledge. And I think that you're afraid to make this decision, but I think you know that it needs to happen deep down. The final outcome is nostalgia, the Six of Cups. Remember what it was that got you to this point in the first place. You are very expressive with your passions artistically. Maybe you like to paint, maybe you like to write, maybe you like to do graphic design, something along those lines. And now you've gotten yourself up to a bit of a halt because you've almost gotten bored with the things that you've done in the past. Maybe you haven't been expressing yourself artistically enough lately, and it's time to start doing that again. What this could mean is that you might have to invest a little bit into your passions, but that makes you nervous because you are struggling with the idea of sharing your wealth or spending your wealth that you've worked so hard to save up on, but knowing that you recently have come into more money and it is possible for you to spend a little bit extra to express yourself. By doing this, you'll get a better sense of fulfillment and feel like you can actually continue making more money because you're able to have some kind of a creative outlet for you to let out that kind of steam. And that creative outlet may be not what you've expected, which is a good thing. It's the Six of Swords, which, again, is that unlikely friend, that unlikely companion, which has allowed you to have a symbiotic relationship with one another. Trust your gut and know that all of these things are happening for a reason in order to help you learn the lessons that you have been asking so eagerly to learn. This is the universe giving you what you want. It doesn't feel like it right now, but if you go with the flow and if you trust it and if you allow things to play out as they will find that you are going to get the answers that you were looking for, just maybe not in the method or the way that you would have considered it. Okay, Pisces, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today for your reading. I'm really appreciative for everybody for sticking around to the end. If you are interested in a more personal reading, please check out my website at blissfulbee.net, and I would be happy to connect with you in that manner. Otherwise, subscribe, like, share, comment, let me know your feedback. I'd love to hear everything and anything. And if I don't see you again, have a happy month, and I'll see you in April. Bye, everybody.